Hi, this is Mark Oelze with PLEDGEtalk, a how-to when communication really matters. So I am in the middle of a series talking about how you can improve, 21 ways you can improve your communication with or without the help of others. You know, there's nothing that frustrates me more in a conversation when I get interrupted, or when I'm listening to someone else intently and somebody else interrupts them. And I'm going, no, don't do that. Just stay focused. Listen with me. Just listen. You know what it's like. I know what it's like. You're talking and somebody interrupts you. Or you're in a small group. People are talking, maybe a team meeting, and people are talking over each other, and no one's really intently listening to the other people. Or, even worse, you have to admit you're an interrupter. Well, I want to say a good listener has thoughts that they would like to say when someone else is talking. That happens to me. It'll happen to you. You're listening. So you have those thoughts you want to say, but the good listener puts those thoughts aside to give the speaker the time, the space, the freedom, and the safety they need to think about all that they want to say, and even to allow them to pause at times while they still consider the next thing they want to say. Often when I teach on this, I hear someone say something like, yeah, but when I'm listening, I have this thought in my head, and if I don't get it out right now, I'm going to forget it. To this person, I say, if that's a real significant concern of yours, carry around a little notepad. I've told people to do this. Carry around a little notebook or a notepad and write it down what it is that you want to say so you can get it out of your mind and stay focused on listening. Or, as a friend of mine says, you have a thought about what you want to say? Stay focused on listening and push that thought out of your mind completely. He goes on to say, if it's really important, really valuable, when there's a break in the conversation, when you have a chance to talk, it will come up. And if it doesn't, it probably means that it really wasn't all that important anyways. Well, another person says, yeah, but when I'm talking to someone, what if they say something about me that's not really correct? Like in a conflict, someone says, you always do this, and it's not really correct. What do I do? To this person, I say, don't get hung up on the particulars. When they say, Thursday night last week, you did this, don't get hung up on Thursday night. Say, it wasn't Thursday night, it was Friday night. Let the particulars go. The second thing I would say is, don't judge whether or not what they are saying is absolutely correct or incorrect. Don't judge that. Instead, do everything you can to stay focused on what it is they're saying to try to understand the main point they're trying to communicate. A few years ago, I remember I wrote an email to my daughter with all kinds of brilliant insights and wisdom and encouragement and things that I thought she would just love. And in fact, I fully expected her when I hit the email that within probably 5 minutes, she'd call me up in tears saying, oh, Dad, thank you so much. You love me so much, and yada, yada, yada. I waited 3 days and never got a response. A week later, finally she called me up and said, Dad, you remember that email you sent me? And I said, sure, hon. And she said, can we talk about it? And I said, sure. So we did. And she started off saying, Dad, I feel like when you wrote me that email, it was like you were treating me like a little girl rather than a grown woman. And I was like, in my head, what? That's not what I was trying to do. I wasn't treating you like a little girl. I was just giving you some wisdom. I thought it was really helpful. I'm a grown man. I have experience. I got wisdom. And I was thinking of all this kind of stuff that I was trying to share with her. That was all going on in my head, but I let it go because I wanted to hear the main point. And so instead I said, whoa, tell me more, hon. What is it you were really thinking or feeling about? How did I make you feel that way? Tell me more. And she told me, and I listened, and I was able to understand what it was she was saying and why she felt the way she did. And it was helpful to her. It was helpful to both of us. Okay, so in review, here's the point. In review, a good listener has thoughts they would like to say when they're listening to someone, but they put those thoughts aside to give the speaker the time, the space, the freedom to reflect, to speak all that they want to say. It is a gift the listener gives to the speaker. It's a gift of respect and even love in the way they communicate. Well, that's the tip for today, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.